Hello, my crafty friends. This is the sixth and final week of my series on different ways to use the House of Cards die set. And this week we have a haunted house. How fun is that? I used lots of spooky elements and some crooked windows and doors. And I even put a widow's walk at the very top. And I used the house and fence die set for that one. I added a fun graveyard to the very back of it, and I put it on a BAM box. I had to do a little bit of alterations for this die to make the house fit on the mechanism. So stay tuned till the end if you want to see the instructions for that. This bright and cheery card is still in my stash, and it will be going to somebody on their birthday. I've used lots of fun colors, borders, and even some enamel dots on that. On the inside, I have a whole stack of birthday presents. Who wouldn't love to get a whole stack of birthday presents? I know I would. I used a lot of the different bows and wrappers from the gift pivot panel to create this card. I'm sure somebody's going to love it. When this die set first came out, this was the first game that I thought about. And who wouldn't love a good game of Go Fish? But I didn't use cards in the traditional way for this. I used double-sided cardstock and added all kinds of fun underwater creatures to make this card fun for the recipient. I don't know who's going to get it yet, but they're going to enjoy it when they do. This card I sent to my daughter, and I turned the house of cards into a birthday cake. On the inside, it has a 3-layer cake with birthday candles on the top. I've decorated it with some polka dots and some streamers, and then some of the icing around the top is from one of the border sets. And of course, for my daughter, I'm sending love. This card is more what you would think in the traditional way, to celebrate somebody's new job. Congratulations on your promotion. And here the cards are in a traditional manner, just exactly what you'd expect a house of cards to look like. And it's perfect with all of the game pieces and the cards on the other side and the poker chips. When you get a new job, you are a big deal. This one I made on the spur of the moment, and I wanted to celebrate Labor Day. I got the card all made, and then at the end, I discovered that I had made it too tall to fit in the confines of the card. So I took the top off and cut it down, and I made it fit within the card. It's a great way to celebrate the labor of the United States. Happy Labor Day. This final card I sent to my friend Kathy for her birthday. It's full of birthday streamers and gifts and hats and all kinds of wonderful balloons. And then I decorated the edge with a nice border. She enjoyed this card, and I enjoyed making it for her. Okay, all you haunted house fans, I'm going to show you, as promised, exactly how I made this work. I wanted 3 across the bottom, which doesn't really line up with the base. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did to make this work. First of all, I put the mechanism together with the tabs right here, so it makes one continuous piece. I'm going to link Karen's video on how to assemble this down below, but for this video I needed to make some alterations. So here's what I did. I took a pencil and I marked 2 extra spots, one right here and one here in the middle of the piece, and this is a 1/2 inch. I did the same thing over here. So I'm going to cut this here on one of the marks, and I'm going to move it up to the next mark, which shortens it by a 1/2 inch. I'm going to glue that. So we're just shortening the mechanism so that I can show you what to do next. So bear with me. I'm going to do that on all of the pieces. Okay, so I've cut it off at one of the marks, put the glue on, and now I'm lining this up, which shortens the whole thing by a 1/2 inch. I'm sorry, it's hard to see with my hands in the way. So anyway, now we have a shortened version of the mechanism. And now what we want to do is continue to place this one around so that it makes the continuous loop. So then we have a smaller mechanism. And I'll show you why we want it smaller in just a second. Now, because we took that 1/2 inch out, we have to find a new middle spot. So I'm going to line these up, line up my center pieces, and I'm going to find the new center. Okay, so I'm going to just crimp that down like that. Now you may have noticed I marked here. Since I shortened everything here a 1/2 inch, I need to shorten the tabs a 1/2 inch as well. Now, on my card, since I didn't really know what I was doing when I made it, I had to experiment a little bit. And you may have noticed that underneath it has pulled up a little bit from the original mechanism. So I don't mind that, and it still holds on. There's enough to hold it on there, but I'll tell you what I would suggest for the next one. For the next one, I would put my glue only halfway so that the glue is right here and this part of the tab is still loose. So I'm going to put it on the end there, just like that. I'm going to put it in my card, face down with the glue like that. I'm going to put glue also, whoops, sorry, I want to glue it down with my edge right here on the crease of the card. Now I'm going to put glue halfway. I'm going to close my card over that. Give that a second. And now, when you open it, it's a little bit smaller than the original, and that's exactly what we want, because we want that middle section of the haunted house to fit right over that. So to begin building your haunted house, you want to take the first box and make sure you have your little golf clubs down on the bottom, and you want to situate this over the mechanism so that it's covering it and it slides down to the card base. Okay, so I might need my scissors for this. I'm not cutting it, I'm just pushing it down over that. Okay, so when you look at it like this, it's just sitting, I haven't glued anything yet, but you can see that it's sitting down over the base instead of hooking onto the base. So now I'm just going to gently get in there with my glue bottle, and I'm going to put glue on the sides, inside, holding those two pieces together. However, you don't want any glue right there because that's where it goes across. So we're going to skip that part. Just going to put glue on the sides and not on the end on this particular case. Okay, it's all glued down. It's going to close like that. Okay, now that we have the first layer of our base assembled and attached to the card, we're simply going to just build this haunted house out and up. I really appreciate you joining me today, and I hope this has been helpful for you. I love making the house a card die set, and I hope that you've enjoyed seeing the many different ways that it can be used. The haunted house is lots of fun, and there are even more possibilities, so stay tuned. If these instructions were a little bit difficult for you to follow, I also have photos on my blog, which is also linked below, so please join me there. See you next time. Bye-bye.